Welcome to Arc Raiders Quest Guides. Today we're going to be taking a look at the new A Rising Tide quest. The difficulty is easy, can be done solo, although it requires going into two different maps. The first step, as you can see, is finding an apartment on Buried City, so let's begin. Once we're on Buried City, navigate your way to this northern apartment building right here, which is located just north of Grandioso Apartments. When you get closer, you'll see a building with a ladder on the side and a ledge next to the bottom of the ladder. This is where we need to go. You could go to the top of the building and take the ladder down, but personally I head to this zip line a little further west and take it to jump off onto the ledge. Now that you've arrived in the apartment, there is some good loot spots here to take advantage of, but what we're looking for is the desk. We can access the digital logbook here, and this will complete the first two steps of the quest. From there, you can extract at Western Station Metro just below the apartment building. The entrance is quite close. Once you're back in Speranza, you'll notice the quest now says we need to go to Dam Battlegrounds Power Generation Complex. So load up into Dam Battlegrounds, and Power Generation Complex is at the northern end of the dam. I spawned on the literal opposite side of the map, so adrenaline shots are useful. Once you make it to Power Generation Complex, you can check this task off simply by entering the area, even in the lower levels. After that is done, we actually need to head to the new location they added to Dam, Controlled Access Zone. There are a number of ways to access this location, but the most recognizable entrance is at the surface. There's a round metal grate with a hole in it and a ladder off to the side you can take down to enter. But if the ladder is contested by Arc, there's another location you can access from below between the dam pillars right here on the map, and you can enter through this hole in the wall. Once you arrive, you may have to destroy a couple turrets if they spawn, and maybe a couple other smaller Arc. But the room that we actually need access to is located back there, and to access it, we need to find a fuel cell to insert into this access panel. There are a number of locations throughout this area that this fuel cell can spawn, but I'll show you 4 locations I know of, so you have a very good chance at finding it. Location number 1 is at the very bottom of the area. It will be next to this Rocketeer husk. But if you don't find it there, head to the northern opening with a generator inside and head between these 2 yellow structures. Location number 2 can be found behind these structures, but often in this very spot. Location number 3 is going to be up the ladder just next to these yellow structures, and you can find the fuel cell anywhere along this catwalk, but mine was at the end. Then location 4 is at the elevator shaft at the end of the very same room as the yellow structures. About halfway up the elevator shaft, you can find it here. This location took me around 15 minutes of searching to find, so drop a like for my struggles. It might save your time. Thank you. Anyway, if this is your fuel cell location, drop it down the elevator shaft first. Then, no matter where you found the cell, carry it back to the access panel. Pro tip, sprint backwards. It's faster than sprinting forwards. Once you place it into the access panel, you'll see the room that we need to go into will light up. Once inside the room, this is another place where there's good loot. But what we're interested in is this board with a map on it. Interact to take a picture, and we are done. Quest complete. Once you're back in Speranza, claiming the quest will grant you 1 Anvil 2, an Anvil Splitter, an Epic Extended Barrel, and 40 rounds of heavy ammo. That's all for this quest guide, but if you want more guides, drop a follow or subscribe. See you topside, Raider.